You're not average. You've just been pretending to be. Think back. How many times have you tucked your brilliance away just to blend in? It's not that you lack intelligence or creativity or drive, it's that somewhere along the line, you learned to hide the sharpest parts of yourself. You started to mask your depth, to hold back your ideas, to act as though you were struggling just to fit into the mold everyone else seemed to accept. Maybe it started in a classroom, when you raised your hand, eager with the answer, and felt the sting of being labeled a know-it-all. Maybe you offered a thought that went beyond the surface, only to be met with blank stares or polite nods that told you your insight missed the mark, at least in their eyes. Maybe you shared something you cared deeply about, and the conversation moved on as if your passion didn't matter. So you learned. You learned that being smart doesn't always get applause, that being deep doesn't always get heard, that being different doesn't always feel safe. And little by little, you started to shrink yourself to fit the spaces you were given. You learned to be quieter, to edit your thoughts, to become a version of yourself that felt easier to accept, but wasn't fully you. But here's the thing. The truth you've always known, even when you tried to forget it. You weren't born to blend in. The mind you have, the way you see the world, the questions you ask and the insights you bring, they're not flaws to be hidden, but gifts the world desperately needs. There's no one else who thinks exactly like you do. No one else who brings your combination of curiosity, creativity, and perspective to the table. You don't have to change who you are to be accepted. You don't have to play small or tuck your light away to avoid standing out. What you need is to show up as the version of yourself that's been waiting, quietly, patiently, to be seen. The version that doesn't apologize for caring deeply, for thinking differently, for seeing connections others might miss. So take a breath. Let yourself speak up with the idea no one's mentioned yet. Ask the question that's been burning in your mind, even if it feels risky. Be real. Because when you show up as your true self, the right people will recognize you. The right people will appreciate the very things you thought you had to hide. And if you feel like you've been hiding, know that you're not alone. So many people have been taught to shrink, to blend, to pretend. But the world changes when one person chooses to show up as themselves. When one person chooses to be authentic, it gives others permission to do the same. If you saw yourself in these words, remember, your difference is your superpower. The more you let yourself be seen, the more you'll find the people and opportunities that were waiting for you all along. The more you show up as your true self, the more your world, and maybe the world itself, begins to change.